Okay, everybody, I think we're live here, I believe. Let me make sure here. It says we are, so hopefully we are. Anyways, I'm Chris with Bernese of the Rockies, and in this video, we're talking about just introducing the puppies to you guys. Let you guys see them for the first time and kind of talk about them a little bit. Let me check this just real quick. Okay, we're good. This is actually my first YouTube live, like, real session ever, so I'm definitely going to apologize. So I think there's some lag and delay, and so anyways, completely new to this. But the purpose of me doing this stuff is as a breeder to, show you guys exactly what goes on behind the scenes and introduce you to stuff. And I apologize about the lighting and stuff. When you watch this channel, I mean, of course, the lighting's different, but it's kind of different. So, actually have, if you're into video stuff, this is just like a savage background, things like that. I got soft boxes, stuff like that. So, let's get into the video. So, we're introducing you to our Bernese Mountain Dog litter. And this is Tug right here. And I kind of have access to the comments and stuff, and so if you want to say something, you definitely can. So this is Tug. And the reason why we call him Tug is because the father, his name is River of the Rockies, and we call him Rivboat because he's just a big old dude. And so this is little Tug here, Tugboat. So, purpose again is showing these, videos to you so that if you're adopting a Bernese Mountain Dog, you know exactly what you're getting into, what you're looking at. So when puppies are born, their eyes are closed and their ears are closed. And so they just go by smell. Okay, and so you can kind of hear them a little bit. Yeah, got a little bit. And so, if, some people ask, because a lot of times they ask about their nose. Now their nose is pink when they're born, and they'll turn black as they get older. So he's making little noises. And so if you're interested in Bernese Mountain Dogs, and I don't know if anybody can hear me. I don't know if we have a couple people at least. I don't know if somebody can let me know if they can hear me okay. And I apologize for any lag or delay or anything like that. But always got sneezies. So they're a little wiggly, so that's why I kind of hold one with both hands and stuff. But again, just trying to educate you a little bit about Bernese Mountain Dogs when they're young. Now, if you talk to a breeder and they say you have to pick a puppy like at this stage. Now, Tug is about a day old. And so he's just 1 day old. And this is what a 1 day old Bernese Mountain Dog puppy looks like. Okay? And so, I mean, it would be unfair for anybody to truly make you, pick a puppy at this stage by any means, So, like for me, I usually have people come at week 4 as when they come pick out their puppy. And it's just one of those things because at that point, their eyes are open, their ears are open, and they're actually playing, they're eating, and things like this, So, when you're looking for a Bernese Mountain Dog, a few things I want to point out is the markings that matter to you, okay? So the most common markings, of course, is going to be the face, okay? So you see he has white that goes between his eyes and then white that goes around his muzzle. And so it's one of those things where when you look at his feet, though, his feet doesn't have very much white to it, very, not very much white at all, kind of almost like he tipped his toes in it. And his back foot has a little bit more, okay? And he has a white tipped tail. So when you're inquiring about puppies, that might be something to take advantage of, is what markings matter to you. What markings are very big. Now he's got brown on his face, as you can kind of see. Okay, and so he, again, he's 1 day old. So a couple things too is as they get older, he could get freckles in between his with his white. And one of the most communicated things is that as he gets older, his white will kind of disappear a little bit because his head gets bigger. So right now it looks very large, but he's 1 day old too. So, if he's just a little bit at a pound, when he gets to being, say, 100 pounds, it's going to be a different story. So, very brand new and very sweet and very innocent here. Now, we were blessed with 2 Bernese Mountain Dog puppies for this litter. And it's just one of those things where, whether or not it's, 2 or 12, we're blessed for every single one. Our dogs make our house a home. And this is just my way of educating you about the Bernese and our transparency. So I'm going to hand him off. Mama's getting a little upset. And so a couple things. We had 2 puppies, so we're going to get the next one to show you here in just a second. So a couple things just kind of point out to you is if you're looking to adopt a Bernese Mountain Dog, I actually have a Bernese Mountain Dog course coming out here in the next month or so that I'm going to actually be teaching people about the whole Bernese Mountain Dog puppy adoption, because you see, I'm very passionate about this breed. I'm very, I love this breed a lot. And sorry, I got such a glare and stuff. It's so crazy. But it's one of those things where, I don't know if that helps at all. As a Bernese Mountain Dog owner, it's important to be, educated about the process, because I've been on both sides of the coin. I know what it's like to be a Bernese Mountain Dog owner, breeder, and handler. And I also know what it's like to adopt puppies myself. And being on both sides of the coin, I've seen some crazy things. I've seen some breeders who forged, vet documents saying, oh yeah, they've had this test or different things like this. Or, I've seen some that actually switched the puppies, which is horrible. Very bad news. And so it's just one of those things where I want to be able to educate you. So this course coming out is just talking about, is a Bernese Mountain Dog going to be fit for you and your family? Maybe it's not the kind of dog that you're ready for, because, maybe, it's something where, I'll give you a big tip right here, okay? So if you're a very active family where you run 5Ks every single weekend, a Bernese Mountain Dog's really not going to do that. Now, granted, I know there's an exception to all the rules, and somebody might be watching, might be saying, Chris, you're completely wrong. My Bernese Mountain Dog, hikes up hills and mountains and stuff, and that's completely, I get it, no big deal. But on a routine basis, a Bernese Mountain Dog really, I've heard of dogs, tearing muscles in their legs and tendons and things like this. And so it's one of those things where if you are serious about Bernese Mountain Dogs, that's why I wanted to create a course, like I said, that's going to talk about, is a Bernese Mountain Dog a good fit for you? And if it is, okay, well, now where do you find a puppy? I give you tips and ideas of where to find a puppy that's reputable and things like this. And then how do you choose a breeder? Because again, I know some people that are not very good, and I'm not going to throw out names, but something where I want to give you like a checklist almost of like what to check for, because that way, you're playing with your heart on the line. You don't want to risk your heart. If you're playing a poker game of life, you don't want to risk your heart in this hand. So, and then we talk about, after you find the breeder, how to choose your puppy, and then once you choose a puppy, we talk about contracts and deposits. Because say for deposits, for example, okay. Say like with this litter, we're blessed with 2 puppies. That's great. But there's a lot of breeders who will take, say, 15 deposits for a litter, and maybe they're only blessed with, 2 or 3 or 4 puppies. Well, what happens to your money? Most time it's non-refundable. Little bunny ears. But it's non-refundable, meaning that typically it either bounces over to a next litter or the next one or whatever, and you don't get it back because it's non-refundable. So I kind of give you some tips and ideas, how to make it where it's fair for both sides, because, it's not your fault if the breeder doesn't have puppies, and it's kind of at the same time, it's not their fault if you just change your mind in terms of, say you give a deposit to 6 different breeders and the first one that calls you, that's the one you want. So, it goes a two-way street. And then we talk about going home day, okay? So we talk about what you need to have to get ready for your puppy. I talk about gastropexy surgeries for your dog. I talk about going to, pet stores and dog parks and things like this. We talk about wormings and shots and just things so that you can be ready for a great life with your Bernese Mountain Dog. And then also we touch base on potty training, because we use a bell method of potty training. We also talk about basic obedience and crate training, things like that. Now, I know that some families are for crate training and some are against it. So I'm just kind of give you some tips and ideas, because for me, I look at it more as safety than it is for anything else, you know. So you probably don't want to hear me talking. You want to see a puppy, so. Okay, here. This is a little girl. Yeah. Okay, here's a little girl. Now, she actually doesn't have a name right now. So on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Bernese of the Rockies, you can go in there and submit your name idea. And we're going to choose a name next week. Now, a lot of times, we put collars on our puppies, because we use a collar system, so that way when when we're doing, everything with it, we know who's who, because we weigh our puppies multiple times a day. We always want to make sure they're healthy. We always want to document everything, and then when we do our puppy picks, we know who's who. So, kind of showing you a little bit of the difference here. Okay, you see she has the white paws. Okay, here's a extreme close-up for you. She knows she's on camera, even though she can't see you. Yeah. So again, she's same thing, great white. She's a beautiful looking dog. She seriously is. So again, her nose is pink. Okay. Her ears twitching a little bit. You see her moving a little bit? That's so cool. So her nose is pink, and it'll turn brown with time. And she has brown around the face there. Some people call it tan, some people call it rust, things like that. Okay. She's like a little model here. Wouldn't even know. Her mouth's moving. Oh. Her ears twitching, her mouth's moving a little bit. She's a sweet little girl. So, again, when you're looking for a Bernese Mountain Dog, you want to look for things that matter to you. Usually they have a white tip tail, white feet, and a white blaze. Now, again, some dogs have a lot of white on their face, and some dogs don't have as much, So, it really boils down to, what do you want? Can we see a tongue picture there? Kind of see a tongue a little bit. Oh, got a twitch there. Okay, and I apologize. I mean, I have no setting for my audio, so I don't know if you can even hear me. So hopefully you can. So, but anyways, this is a little girl. She's tired. She's tired, girl. So again, if you're looking to adopt a Bernese Mountain Dog, I can't stress enough that follow this channel, follow my other stuff, and you'll kind of see puppies exactly when they grow, because there's a lot of breeders that don't give updates. And trust me, I've heard some horrible stories where a person told me that they placed a deposit for a puppy, and they were told which puppy they're going to get, and they went to pick up their puppy 8 weeks later, and their puppy was dead. And people say, well, how does that happen? How does it, how do you not tell somebody that kind of thing? And it's one of those things where sometimes some breeders just have so many dogs and so many puppies, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not judging anybody, things like that. But this is my way of being transparent with you guys. So if you're looking for a Bernese Mountain Dog, or maybe you're a breeder yourself, maybe you can kind of take note too. You can say, hey, okay, well, I'm not saying if Chris does it's the right way, but it's just about being honest with people and showing them. This is a 1-day-old Bernese Mountain Dog puppy. Of course, I would never ask anybody to pick a puppy, but this is what they look like. This is, she's kind of dreaming a little bit. She's kind of sleeping. They're just so precious, I mean, typically, I have 2 litters in an entire year. Some breeders have 2 litters every single month, but this is precious. And so, oh, she's dreaming here. She's like, I'm supposed to be eating right now. So if you're watching this, I mean, she's dreaming, and she thinks she's eating as she's dreaming. So this is kind of funny here. So even at 1 day old, puppies are already dreaming. That's so crazy. And you may not be able to hear her, but she's like sucking. Anyways, that's super crazy. So, but anyways, yeah. So you know, Bernese Mountain Dogs, just like any other dogs, are great. And so if you have a moment, please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it. If you know somebody's getting a Bernese Mountain Dog, you know, I mean, I'm kind of the Bernese Mountain Dog guy in a way, so I mean, I'll help anybody I can. And I know I can't provide everybody with a puppy. A lot of people, like this litter, for example, I may not have said this in my Facebook video, but I had over 1,000 people contact me for a puppy this litter. And you saw both puppies, you know? And it's just one of those things where I'm very blessed. I mean, people come from all over the United States to me in Colorado. But it's just doing things like this, you know, being transparent with you guys and being honest and stuff, you know. And, you know, when our puppies go home, it's an emotional time because, you know, we hand deliver every single one of these puppies. You know, we help them breathe for the first time. You know, we give them life. And it's very, you know, it's a great thing. And, you know, we're part of different communities online and different things where, you know, we help people and we talk to people and we educate people about the breed. And so this is her. Now, again, she doesn't have a name, so you can join us on facebook.com/Bernese of the Rockies and name her. And I'm going to pass her off real quick. Come with her. Oh. Okay. I think my microphone just fell off, so let me get regrouped real quick. This is what happens when you do live shows with animals. So, oh. Okay, so this is Winter of the Rockies. Okay, she's about 16 months old. Huh. And if you notice, she doesn't have as much white on her face, but again, it's not a big deal. It's just you know, stuff. And so, you know, when you're looking for a puppy, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, it's all up to you. There's some people I talk to, because I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I have people that contact me that are like, you know, Chris, I made $5 million last year. I want a dog. And, you know, they don't care. It's just like an object. And that's not really the way that we do things. You know, I mean, for us, it's very about love and respect. And, you know, we take care of our dogs, you know. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit behind the scenes. The puppies are just a day old. And, you know, of course, anything happened. And I know this is a little different. I mean, it's just my studio here. And, again, I apologize about the lighting. It's just kind of not really flattering for sure. But again, we're working at this. But we just really wanted to be upfront with you guys. And so, again, if you're considering adopting Bernese Mountain Dog, you can go to my website, BerneseofTheRockies.com, and send me a message, you know, on our contact page. Hey, Chris, you know, I'm interested in getting a dog. I think your tips and your course might help me. And here in a little bit, when everything's kind of a little more finalized, it's actually going to be a Bernese school, you know, so you're going to be able to, you know, get other tips and stuff too. We plan to do, you know, more advanced like dog training stuff. If you give me my, you know, half down or do whatever. And if you ever have a breeder say they want all the money up front, run fast, run as fast as you can. But it's one of those things where, you know, a modest deposit is fine. And if you can do a holding agreement, it's a little bit better. Where if you say, look, I'm giving you this money for deposit, and if if you're unsuccessful with a puppy, you know, or if there's not enough puppies for me, or the markings, or whatever matters to you, then you can, you know, get your money back or whatever. Most of the time they're non-refundable, and it's just gone. You know, your money's gone. And again, I've had people wait a year and a half, and that's fine. Maybe you know a breeder that's a rock star, and you just really want to work with them. That's great. Because on the flip side of stuff, like with me, I don't even take deposits till the puppies are born. And even at that, it's like, you know, ways after the puppies are born, because you still have a time frame of fading puppy syndrome, where just, you know, puppy could pass away, you know. So it's one of those things where, you know, we take health and stuff very serious. That's why, you know, we knew exactly how many puppies we're going to have beforehand, because we do pre-whelping x-rays. And of course, our puppies have, you know, they get seen all the time. And so, you know, again, so in this course, I'm trying to teach you everything I know, because I know what it's like to be on both sides of the coin. And I'm not trying to pump this, you know, promote this over much, but I truly want to help you guys. And so if you contact me, as soon as I get this everything lined up where I like it final, and I'm talking about just like hours of content. This isn't like a 20-minute video. I mean, it's like hours of content in steps. And so you're going to go from A to going home day, essentially. You're going to go from, deciding if a puppy's good for you to, going home. And we talk about, again, like potty training. We use a Bell method we use for our potty training. Talking about crate training, different things. Talking about dog parks, going to, stores, socializing, gastropexy surgeries, things like this. Just stuff to help you because, again, as a burner owner myself, I mean, I wish I knew somebody back in the day who would have, told me these things. So I want to give you the self-confidence that, you're going to be a Bernese expert self. So again, I know I'm rambling on. I won't keep you all night long. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you being here. If you also were on Facebook, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. You're a big fan. I truly appreciate it. If you love Bernese Mountain Dogs, please subscribe to this channel. This truly is, I call it the place to be if you love all things Bernese Mountain Dogs because, like we did a ghost costume for Halloween. We talked about different things. We're going to start doing some food stuff, different things like this. But we just share puppy videos and stuff from the heart. I mean, I actually did a tribute video talking about, puppies when they pass away and stuff, or dogs when they pass away and things that you can do to, make memories with your dogs now to remember them for always, So